All right, Slade. I see you want to shoot, so let's shoot. You see these newspaper clippings on my wall? This is a small example of the many accomplishments I've had in my 10 years of professional wrestling. I've won championships at many different promotions. I've taken out some of the top guys like Myron Reed, Jake Something, Calvin Tankman, Donovan Dijak, Eddie Kingston, JTG. The list goes on. I've used my wrestling platform to land endorsement deals. I've used my wrestling platform to star in movies. I've used my wrestling platform to create a college scholarship, and I've used my wrestling platform to uplift my community. Slade, I was a star before I ever stepped foot in the National Wrestling Alliance. Can we say the same for you? Because before the NWA, you were nothing more than a generic-ass version of Kurt Angle whose claim to fame was having a hearing disability and a low body fat percentage. Whoop-de-fucking-do. And then you want to talk about how I think I'm a tough guy from New York. And honestly, I am. My parents were born in the 50s in the South. They had to endure boycotts, and those are the people that raised me. I grew up in a town where the wrong colors could possibly get you robbed, stabbed, shot, or killed. I've dealt with a lot of traumatic experiences. I have family members in jail. And despite all that, I'm still here making a name for myself. But there was one thing that you did get right. And that was that I do care a little bit too much about what other people think. And the reason I care about what other people think sometimes is because for a lot of this wrestling grind, I've been selfish. I spent time away from friends, family. I've missed weddings, birthdays, funerals. I don't even see my parents unless I'm wrestling on the East Coast. But that's a problem you don't have, right? Because if my memory serves me correct, you still live at home with your parents. November 26th is not only the last day that you'll have the Big League Pro Heavyweight Championship, it's the first day that Spencer Slade, the wrestling machine, realizes that don't mean shit when he steps in the ring with the most dominant giant in professional wrestling. I don't fear the gear, but I'm gonna make you fear me. All right.
What got you into the square circle, wrestling? I mean, from the pulpit to the square circle, how do we get here?
The Lord works in so many mysterious ways. And my love for wrestling has always been. But when you can take the love of the Lord, and you can take your love for wrestling, and you can throw it into the same pot and make a beautiful, beautiful sound, brother. Oh, it's godly. They know the word of the Holy Grail. My position is whatever they need me to be. And if it's just beside EC3 speaking the good word, then brothers, that's what it's gonna be. It's a bright future. It's gonna be a beautiful future. The Holy Grail ain't going nowhere. NWA's in trouble because we're here. Yes.
You already know what it is by the sound of my voice. It's boy Mr. 6'9", JT, back in this piece once again. Over here, Exodus Pro, Cleveland. I am here with the man of the cloth, probably one of the best pastors I know. He lays hands, he heals people. I also get your money to make sure he's building up the kingdom. I'm with Pastor CeeLo. How's it going?
Yes, good people, good people. It is your good one, the good pastor, Pastor CeeLo. Brother, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling good, yes.
Man, listen, that's the power of God right there.
Oh, absolutely.
Coming through that man. Real quick, CeeLo, I got the chance to see you over these last 2 years, almost 3 years. The first time I got to see you, I believe, was at Mega Championship Wrestling, and then I got here to Exodus Pro, and it was a total flip of the switch. I'm getting to see sides of your character that I've never gotten to see before. So tell me what goes into that.
Be honest with you, it's all personality, brothers. It's all personality. It's allowing myself to go from 100 to 1,000 with a flick of the switch, with a flick of the wrist, my brothers. It's about making sure that everyone not only hears what I'm saying, but I need them to feel what I am saying also. Brother, I am from the church, so every ring I tiptoe inside is the church.
I mean, from the pulpit to the square circle, how do we get here?
The Lord works in so many mysterious ways. And my love for wrestling has always been. But when you can take the love of the Lord, and you can take your love for wrestling, and you can throw it into the same pot and make a beautiful, beautiful sound, brother. Oh, it's godly. They know the word of the Holy Grail. My position is whatever they need me to be. And if it's just beside EC3 speaking the good word, then brothers, that's what it's gonna be. It's a bright future. It's gonna be a beautiful future. The Holy Grail ain't going nowhere. NWA's in trouble because we're here. Yes.
What's the deal, y'all?
What's good?
What up, though?
It's your girl, the Caribbean Chocolate, Jocelyn Navarro.
Good. It's the one that gets all out.
Now somebody hit my music.
I'm contemplating and chasing, handling biz right now. We never waiting and patient, jumping at the crib right now. Put up my label, we make it stay in legit right now. Could call the doctor, we operating, they sick or sit right.
Yes, Lord. Look, you already know what it is by the sound of my voice. That's right. Your boy, Mr. 6'9", JT, back in this piece once again. And right now, we started the show off a little bit different. I just want to let you know that the homies are on rest right now, charging back up. That way they can come back for y'all next week. We get this thing crack-a-lacking like we usually do. With that being said, before we get even started, make sure y'all like, follow, subscribe on all of the podcast platforms as well as social media platforms. So we're talking podcasters, we're talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, what's the other one? Audiobook. You can also catch us iHeartRadio, catch us Podbean, and Good Pods. I mean, there's a lot of them. I'm not going to name them all off, but wherever podcasts are available, that's where we will be. Also, make sure you definitely follow us on all your social medias. Once again, whether it be the Book of Faces, shout out to the people over there. IG, shout out to the people on IG right now tuning in, of course. And as well, catch us on X, aka Twitter. Catch us on there. You know what I'm saying? You can also catch us on the YouTube, TikTok, all that good stuff, man. Look, I'm glad to be back inside the building. Glad to have y'all joining us right now. If you've seen the two clips that we just played, obviously the homie Pretty Boy Smooth just dropped a hell of a promo. He ain't have to do Spence like that, bro. You ain't have to do him like that, dog. Slow down, PB. Also, we did drop the Pastor CeeLo interview earlier today. Go back on the YouTube channel. Go check that out. Go ahead and give it a like. drop a comment. If it's your first time, go ahead and subscribe. Also, make sure you check out the Pretty Boy Smooth interview that we dropped last week as well. That's available on the YouTube channel, and as well as the EC3 interview that we dropped last week as well. Go check that out. Shout out to the people already Fallon in the chats. Oh, my tribal queen, the beautiful Faith, beautiful wrestler Faith. Make sure you follow, acknowledge the Dynasty. They out there doing good work. If y'all missed yesterday's episode of The Room, I advise y'all to go back and go run that YouTube back as well. But with that being said, I'm talking too much. I think we should just go ahead and get right into it. I think we need to just go ahead and talk about what's been on. I mean, we had a few things that popped off. We had Saturday night's main. We also had the SmackDown before that. Dynamite popped off. NWA Power popped off. NXT popped off this week. Cannot forget about the follow-up from Saturday night's main event, that being Monday Night Raw. So it's a lot that happened, a lot of rumors, a lot of news. I think we can go ahead and get started. Trying to figure out what type of mood I'm in right now. Do I want to lay back or do I want to be hyped? You know what? I think we're gonna go ahead and do this, man. Yeah, put a little bit of this real quick. So, just in case you didn't know, let's go and get this thing started. So, there's been a lot of talk, y'all. I'm not gonna hold y'all. It's been a lot of talk about last week's Saturday night's event. Everything inside the Utah area where they're happy about that. And they're talking about the attendance. So, dispute it with your mama. I ain't here to dispute with you. But apparently, ticket sales are down. They didn't sell out. Ooh, okay. Last Friday was Halloween. Ghetto Boys said Halloween this year fell on the weekend. Me and Ghetto Boys are trick or treat. I don't think that maybe these people's, and this is for the kids, maybe they, I don't know, decide to do some family activities. I mean, I don't know about you, but holidays are holidays. I'm not saying Halloween is one of those holidays where it's family time, but the price of stuff is high. The price of gas is high. Milk, eggs, water. The water should be free. But everything is costly. These tickets ain't cheap either. So do you think for a moment, just a moment, that maybe, just maybe, people decided to, I don't know, go to a bar where it would have been a lot more cheaper to hang out, to go watch the product? But they don't stop there. The ratings. Last Friday, SmackDown hit its all-time low. I think it was like 930,000 something, right? So we're talking about ratings on the holiday. Number one, there's no excuse, right? I'm not doing excuses, but once again, let's think into the family aspect of everything. And it was also going up against the World Series. It was going up against the World Series. Are y'all nuts? Were you expecting 1 million people to tune in? 2 million people to tune in to a SmackDown where they could have been at the bar, Halloween parties, costume parties, probably taking their kids trick-or-treating on the weekend. Like, there's a lot of things that are going to play this back. Once again, y'all were worried about something that ain't necessarily getting y'all paid. I'm talking about ratings. Nah, I can't talk stuff because I done had that same little conversation myself. What's going on, Trail? Make sure y'all tap in with the homies. Of course, you also just did Best in the World podcast just about an hour, two hours ago they started. They posted not too long ago. which we can subscribe to them as well. But y'all talking about ratings. Something that you don't get paid for, something that ain't, you're not invested to the company. You ain't got stock. You have stock. I can see you doing all that, lining and cleaning, throwing up comparisons on what I can see that. But yeah, apparently it's down. Q3 revenue was down for UFC, but it was up for WWE. I think it was like 18%. So there is some good news at the end of the tunnel. Also, relationships, emotions make you cry sometimes. Emotions make you sad sometimes. Emotions can make you fall in love. Emotions also make you wake up and be like, not. Each man wants to. Girls are like princess. Miss next 15, one cup. We talking about El Grande Americano himself, Luke Kaiser. Apparently, him and Tiffy Time took the strategy. That's all what that's done. No more relationship. And lo and behold, this weekend, my man out there in May, they even bagged him up another one. That me personally, I don't care what's going on my doors. Listen, as long as they ain't out there abusing each other, that's y'all business. However y'all broke up this business, but I can hold you. It's kind of funny considering everything you did out this weekend. You're going to do your man. Double. That's a 2-piece. That's a 2-piece. Face says, guys are done. Stop serving Tiffy. Guys are roll. Oh shit. Hey yo. Yeah, apparently that's done. No more food trips to the buffet. That's it. Also, woman's in his bag. Ridge Howard. Ain't looking too good, Chief. Ridge Howard took social media and was complaining about not being able to support this, stating that WWE is not taking care of that part. Basically with his finances, right? We all were a little bit behind what happened. They renew his contract, but they were going to continue everything in the fall up until he made these comments. Because as soon as he made those comments, I want to say like hours later, the news broke that this country. Now, listen, I'm not laughing at them cutting off this. I don't want nobody to feel that moment of being broke, right? Like vocals. You don't know what to do, basically. I don't know, no one ever did that. But yo, this is wild. You put out a tweet, and hours later, not even hours, I want to say like minutes later, like after I'm over this afternoon, you talk time, right? Like, post and then boom. Next thing you know, like complete. You're not gonna let the contract run out. You just gonna go ahead and just terminate it now. But yeah, I mean, sometimes
you shouldn't have been talking shit.
And sometimes it kind of pays not to just share everything that's on your mind, right? Some things you got to leave reserved, especially if you're talking about work. Like, I would never get on here and complain about my job, right? Because I don't know who is watching. from my gym. So I would never be up here complaining about anything as far as feeling important. Because they also have complaints about the place they're playing. No place is good. None. You can work at Chick-fil-A. That's supposed to be the most sanctified place on the earth, right? You work at Chick-fil-A, you can be beefing with your manager. Maybe God ain't in your manager. Maybe your manager is not led by the Spirit. But at the same time, you gotta know when to just bite your tongue. Sometimes you gotta do that, especially when you're dealing in a moment where you already know that you're coming. Now you're on your last. But you know, it's not over with. Like, it's already done. Man, shout out to the people. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Mar. Shout out to Faye says he was booked for matches, so I can understand why he said he would be out of work 67 minutes ago this week. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you already do that, right? So outside of that, like right now, the only thing I need to hear out of you right now while you recapping is 3 more months to go. Push. Almost there. The grind don't stop. Like, these are the tweets that everyone need to be seeing right now. The matches, the new rehab. Like, you complaining about, you know, your employer not having enough money to pay for housing. I mean, we can't do nothing about it. As fans, yeah, we can help buy merch and stuff like that, but even if, you know, the good 10,000 merch, you know, they gotta get they cut off the top. So you coming on with change 10 minutes. They walk out the fight. Right now, the positions like Kevin McCall and Chris Brown. A little reference. Also, famous news, another good taste capable hot food. Big box. But so it looks like this is news. Tony Khan announced yesterday before Dynamite on the Twitter and all social media platforms that AEW is bringing and introducing the national championship. His words, this is going to be the first time the national championship is back on TBS and TNT. The concept of this title is to be defended across mass promotions, across the world, right? Across the world, right? Remember this part. Wasn't that supposed to be the international championship in the first place? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what are we doing? Okay. Not only that, NWA is still here. Like, don't get me wrong, they're not on broadcast television, but they're available Tuesdays on the Roku Sports app, Sports Channel app, and watch NWA Power Day every Tuesday, right? You know what else? They also have the national championship where the championship title started and is still being defended and is still active. Matter of fact, I want to say when it first got back active, it was NWA 75, Willie Mack was the person that was holding the strip. Now we got Mike Mondo, former Spears. So, of course, this breaks out and immediately people online are coming for Tony, even Mike Mondo coming for Tony. Mike said put some respect. First of all, the OG strap right here around my waist. I'm just translating. No, he said it. The strap is already here around my waist. It's pinned down here. So before Tony Khan or anybody else want to come up with their own version, just know the OG strap. I get it. Like for me, first of all, AEW doesn't need another title. They don't need another title because there's already too many championships. And you just combined one belt and another belt together to get rid of having an extra title. And now you bring in the women's tag team. Now you're doing the tournament. Battle Royale. Casino Battle Royale at Full Gear. Gauntlet match. I don't know why I keep saying Battle Royale, but anyways, you're doing a match for a championship that's already still active. I get it. People may be going across the board saying, well, we can introduce the Intercontinental Championship. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having the same name for a title, but it's the way that you went about it. Like saying, it's almost like you made it seem like the title was dead, but it wasn't alive. But the title is well alive, and it's well alive around Mike Mondo's waist over there beside him. Also, Mike Mondo, former Spirit Squad, gut check time, that Mike Mondo. Now, what if this is a work? What if they're working us and the NWA and AEW working together? It wouldn't be the first time they've done that, right? That's how we got Ricky Starks, now Ricky Saints, loosely how we got Eddie Kingston. Because if y'all remember, when the pandemic, NWA Powerhead came back, and those were superstars they were putting on their television. People were getting used to the Ricky Saints now. Camille as well, a few others, still name. So what are they working us? And what if this is actually, I'm not saying they'll do it, but it's a way to bring the title on AEW and you have a challenge for who the real champion. I don't know. I just kind of feel like it could be a work because the response to it was so fast. Like everybody was responding. People in the WWE's page was pretty much trolling AEW all the way into today. But let's go ahead and move on from that. Also, listen, when I say people got good genes and they age well, and Trish Stratus, okay, Bodyscape, number one. She on a magazine, cover model, 25 years of Stratisfaction. First of all, let me just go ahead and put this out. I mean this with all due respect. That is top shelf milk. Cambodian, goat, oat milk. That's top shelf. Trish ain't got no business looking that fine 25 years later. That's Mrs. Robinson fine. Like, that's Hamish Parker fine. That Stacy's mom has got it going on fine. Like, Trish ate that cover, first of all. I mean, bad. But yeah, listen, if you're into reading magazines, make sure you go get the Bodyscape magazine, man. Go get the Bodyscape. Let's see what Faith says. Faith, you in these comments, like, you might as well pop up on the screen. But nah, not top shelf. Yes, can't lie. Trish has always looked good. She looked good with a T. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Trish has always looked good. It's not going to be a heavy news day. We're going to get into everything else. But also, just got a piece of news. I don't know if y'all caught it. But Russ supposed to be joining Fightful. And that was announced by Sean Ross Sapp earlier today. They'll be doing Fightful, also doing the show. So shout out to that. Also, AEW and NWA finished. Wait, there's more. What else we got going on with them? So not only do we have this, with the title, but we also got the trademark for Shockwave. So I don't know if y'all remember. This is from the first year. I don't know if y'all remember. AEW, not AEW, supposed to have a show called Shockwave as well, Fox, and didn't happen. Okay. NWA also filed for the show named Shockwave as well. So this beef is getting a little bit. I kind of like it. So, like I said, this can be something that could be a word, could not be a word, especially with their names popping up like this. Like I like it. Oh my God, it is not right up. Message in the building. So, it's out the building. Okay, so chat showing major love. Make sure y'all like, follow, subscribe, and all that good stuff. We also got a little bit more of news as well. We're gonna run through the rest of these real quick, and then we're gonna hop into it. So, oh my God. Mercedes Moné could be going for belt number 13. Real quick. She was just booked House of Glory. She'll be there on the 15th. And she's going against more Phoenix Diana. And this is for the APAC Wrestling Women's Championship. Now, we know the belt collector is in there. And everyone's making play. I know y'all like, well, this doesn't help. This doesn't help. It helps the promotion. It helps the promotion. People are coming in. They're coming in the bodies. It's the promotion. Also, whoever she takes the title off, have a notch on their belt. Whether they get the chance to go to AEW, or they got footage and they got to say, I wrestled this person, right? So if she does, beat her, yes, that's what her team. And also, we got to look at when she may be going on for the AEW Women's Championship, because I don't know about y'all, I think that the end game is going to be with Mercedes grabbing the AEW Women's Championship. Excuse me, and either vacating or losing each title one by one. And I am either one that happens. Either one that happens. Personally, I would rather her go down the list and lose each and every single one. Like this song, Color Purple, like, to you do right by me, everything you think about going right. Like, I think that'll probably be a good look. Kind of like her in her highest essence of feel like, and everyone, someone puts the X on her and says, "To you do right, you're gonna lose everything." I can deal with that. That's pretty cool. Let me see what else we got. I want to say that was pretty much it for me, as far as on rumors and news. There's plenty of them out there. I'm not gonna go through them all. I'm not. It's not because it's too much to go through. But I will tell you this: we are going to talk about the results of Saturday night's main event as well as. So last week, Friday, the one that was complaining about tarp and everything, yes, that's SmackDown. That SmackDown actually produced a banger match. I don't know if y'all seen it. Nathan Frazier going up against Liv. Listen, you talking about making stars? They have their finger on the button with this. And if you've been watching the last few weeks, I said that the route they need to go with all mid-card titles. I don't want to say same formula, same format. Make that person the fighting champion. I want to be a fix every single week. We ain't got to build it up to like a pay-per-view. Like that's what made the mid-card titles hot in the 90s. Doing the attitude. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when you go to WCW, U.S. title was on fire. U.S. title was being defended. Television championship was on fire for a bit because it was always relevant. Same thing with the Cruiserweight. There was never like a long period of time of title defenses. So you may get a title defense once to twice a month on your weekly show. So it made it seem like that title meant something. Now we sitting here with mid-card titles, like the IC, like the U.S. Women's Championship, like I'm going to say more now. The Women's IC Championship has been defended more, but we're looking at these mid-card titles and we're not building any new stars. You know what I'm saying? So. With that being said, like it's just one of those. You know what I'm saying? Hold on one second. They said she wish she could one, but you know, family is loud, and I'm over Miss Belt Collector. Like it, it is out of hand at this point. What's the point of it all? I think the point of it all with Mercedes at this point is to, you know, she's doing. Look at Charlotte, right? How many times Charlotte has been champion? I want to say Charlotte's like around, I want to say Charlotte's almost a 14-time champion, if not a 15-time women's champion. So I think in my mind, she may get to that 14, 15 championship, right? And then the titles start to drop off her. But I don't know. You can look at her as the greatest women's wrestler of all time. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, the love, the crazy team, the house, what is going on? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, Mama, it's sick out there. It's sick. But let's go ahead and get into also SmackDown. Oh, we can't forget about more teasers. Ray Phoenix ran up on Tala Logan, said, I want to fight you. Popped him in the mouth. Pow. Later on that night, though, we got that receipt. Tala fucked him up. Tala caught his ass. But we had that going on SmackDown. We had a, little fake little, we don't have to wait till tomorrow night. We can do this match right now moment, between Tiffy and Jade. And let me tell you something, baby. Jade Cargill. That Jade Cargill. Yeah, we talking about Jade. We talking about God's greatest creation, if you ask me. The cosplay, crazy. Coming in there dressed like the Punisher, walking in as the Punisher. And then when she finally came out dressed like Catwoman, dressed like, listen, we really don't deserve this. God's been too good. God has been too good. He blesses us every week with the Jade Cargill.
That's right.
He ain't lying.
That's right.
Okay? Jade was just fine as hell last week. In all respect. No disrespect. But, you know, she came in, coming off again, busted open on her head. For y'all little nasty ones probably listening. But, you know, came back from that. She's a little bit more tougher. She's seen her own blood. You know, that's what she said, you know, blood and eyes. So now, you know, she back. My thing was last week we all predicted Jade was going to win. We said Tiffy Time was pretty much up for us. Like, we were tired of it. You know. But what we got on Friday with her in those costumes, I know there's a God. God did that. But I'm gonna keep it low because my wife is out of the room.
Damn it, mine eyes. Damn it, mine eyes.
I'm trying to tell you, man. The devil be busy out here. Let's see. Jade is definitely, yes, Jade is her in all caps. In all caps. She's her. Yeah, she's her. And I don't think no one holds a candle to her, to be quite honest. And this is just my opinion. Like, you know, do what you may. Like, it's not going to change the way I feel. And you know, I feel the same way about a few of them. You know, Nia Jax, Jade, Naomi. But Jade got to be one of the baddest women to be in wrestling. Like, bad. She got movie star looks. You can put her inside a movie. She's marketable. Like, she's one of those. But, you know, that's just me. Let me stop over here gooning over Jade. Next thing you know, people gonna start calling me a gooner, and I just found out what a gooner was not too long. When I say not too long ago, I mean literally like earlier this year. Anyway, so SmackDown wasn't that bad of a show for a Halloween or a holiday show. It's usually the holiday shows to me are usually just throwaway stuff, right? Nothing comes from it, nothing big, you know, comes out of it, or whatever. It's just usually, you know, it's usually shenanigans and that's it with the show. But we're going to just run through real quick the winners from last week. Ilya beats Forrest Frazier, Carmelo Hayes. He defeated Kit Wilson, Alexa Bliss, Penn, Nia Jax, and Hemlet teams. I am more so interested to see what is going to happen with the tag team division, right? And I don't know about y'all out there. The tag team division in the whole, both shows, right? Kind of shaky. I'm not going to hold y'all. And the reason why, we came in with great debuts. You know, you had the Motor City Machine Guns, which I think that short title run was BS. I think it should have been a little bit more longer. But I also wanted Taz them to have their time, right? But when you look at both shows, we in trouble. We are in big trouble. Because we are now at a point where you have the teams, and even if you want to count the makeshift teams that they put together, right? Because you have tag teams like a Motor City Machine Guns that have been doing this for years, a Street Profits that's been doing this for years, a New Day that's been doing this for years. You know, you just run down the roster of long tenure tag teams. There's no reason now at this point why your tag team division should be weakened, right? I'm happy. I'm cool with the Wide Six having the tag team titles. I'm actually cool with it. I don't see anything too bad about it. I just like the fact that they won it so quickly. But they are quote unquote monsters, right? So makes sense. But at this point, I need the tag team division to catch back on fire. Like what we got before, what we got around SummerSlam and Clash and stuff like that, like around that time, that was dope. Tag team ladder match. And even that was last minute when they threw it on the card, right? Last time we saw Andrade. But we need to take the tag team division a little bit more seriously, because if I'm a tag team wrestlers, I should say, and my contract is about to end at another company, and I see what's going on at this obviously inside the game, am I fearful of signing the contract? You know, rumor is private parties contract may be wrapping up soon, but there may be more time added on to it due to injury. But we don't know if they're going to re-sign or they're going to jump ship. But if I'm a young tag team, I'm kind of like, maybe not. Let me continue to build my stock in AEW across this industry. But if I'm a veteran tag team, I'm going to go to WWE and try to help push that tag team division forward. And I think that's one of the things that they're missing with the tag team division. They have so many vets. They're not having that time for the vets to really groom up these younger guys, to give them that type of spotlight and give them the rub that they need to say, okay, yes, I defeated one of these tag teams that's known for blah, 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 blah. But yeah, we're in trouble. We're in big trouble. But let's go ahead and get into last week. Let's go ahead and get into last weekend, I should say. We got to talk about Saturday night's main event. Let's talk about it. So, a few things popped off. Just a few, not too much. We had a pretty good card all the way around. It's a pretty good card. Jade Cargill versus Tiffy Time. And as you know, everybody wanted Tiffy Time to be over. Okay? The only reason Tiffy Time lasted this long because it was on a 90s, early 2000s cell phone. And if you came up when I came up, you know what it was. Free nights and weekends. And when did we see her? On nights and weekends, unless they were overseas. And what I think is, the last time they went overseas, the minutes ran up. That's it. Tiffy Time was over with. It's done. And they did such a good job with the presentation of Jade. A phenomenal job with the presentation of how she came out. Family inside the front row. Jade hit the poles, what have you. So I can already feel it. Everyone was feeling it. You know, everyone said this got to be it, because it didn't happen at SummerSlam, where everybody thought the trigger should have been pulled. But obviously we've seen why. It wasn't pulled around that time. But it finally happens. It finally happens. Like I'm sorry, like Tina slapping that in the limo, finally happened. Jade folded this girl up, okay? Folded her up. This is a very physical match. She already came into the game tender in the first place, and we talking about Tiffany Stratton's knee. So I'm not sure if this is a way to possibly, write her off, and I'm not sure how long they're gonna write her off for. But the next time I see Tiffany, she needs to be full heel. And That's another thing. Is this a Jade heel turn, or this is just Jade being dominant turn? That's one of the things that I want to know. And y'all let me know inside the comments. Do y'all think Jade is going to go on a heel run, or this is just a run of dominance? Not heel, not face, strictly business, right? Lovely Laveau said that, you know, she needs to be booked like a China. She needs to be, you know, she needs to be booked basically. I ain't here for a long period of time. I'm here to clock in, clock out, get my checks. Some of y'all saying that y'all want to see shades of Jade's AEW. And I'm with you on that. Because let me tell you, when Jade was out there cussing people out, and every single Wednesday with Tony Schiavone, like, cut this shit, Tony. Like, doing stuff like that and having the baddies, like, that's when Jade was jaded, right? And now she got a WWE and it's a total different person, which I'm cool with. Try to build more layers to the character, but I need heel Jade back. That's who I need back. That's who I want back. Let me see. Moving. Hold on, I gotta check the comments. Okay. Faith said the Raw Tag Team division is non-existent at the time. Yes, we have AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, and I think them dropping, keeping the Usos together and doing those Jay versus any two storyline was a bad. Yeah, I agree with that. This part two, for me, you should have spaced this thing out. Space it out just a little bit. I mean, we've seen brother versus brother. We've seen that. We've seen that with, you know, Owen and Brett. We've seen that with Matt and Jeff. We've seen that with Booker T and Stevie Ray. Like, and that's another one that people don't really, you know, talk about. But yes, there was a time period where Booker T and Stevie Ray were beefing in the ring. That's when they brought in All Mad Johnson, this Big T. And he was really a big one. But yeah, we've seen it. You just got to space it out. Like, we don't want to see it right away. Like, I understand, yeah, WrestleMania Philly was literally almost 2 years ago. You know, next April. But I don't think this is enough time to be like, let's run that shit back. Like, let it sit, cook and marinate, because nothing really has gotten there besides Jimmy feeling a little bit disrespectful. I mean, right. But yeah, so Jade comes in, Jade shows out, and Jade is now your new WWE Women's Champion. Jade Cargill. Once again, man. And this is your first time tuning into the show. This is Jade Cargill. You can't tell me that's money. That is money, though. But I'm at home, I'm watching it, and everyone in the Twitterverse, everyone IG, everyone that was watching, and, you know, inside the chats and everything, we all had the same feeling. Like, it's about damn time. Now the big question is, what do we do? She got the title. The chase is over. What do we do? How do we book? Do we keep her dominant? Or is she going to be a casualty where she holds the title and she drops it like 90 days later? Me personally, I would rather her hold this title all the way to Mania. That's just me. Jade is champion and at least until Mania, I'm cool with it. Like I told y'all before, I don't need a year title reign. I just need enough time for me to establish you as a top person. And how you do it and how you book it is all about how people going to receive it. But yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. When Jade When Jade won that championship, the house like this. Now shouting by my damn self. But very, very good match. Very, very good match. Very good showing. A booker like this continues. This is how you do. Remember Bad Boys? Every Bad Boys, Martin finally does something. Like Marcus's character. Like, oh, that's how you drive. No, that's how you drive. Or that's how you shoot. No, that's how you shoot. Like, literally, that's how you book Jade. That's how you do that going forward. Okay. Another match we had that was pretty dope and that I enjoyed was the triple threat match. That triple threat match, Penta, Rusev, and El Champion, Mega Champion, I should say, Dominic Mysterio. This one, first of all, we call him Dominic Guerrero on the show. Let's just go ahead and put that out there. That's Dominic Guerrero. Dominic Guerrero has not missed. No matter what Dominic does, he don't miss. He don't miss at all. Dominic Mysterio in this match pulled out a lot of shenanigans. Honestly, it is Dominic Mysterio. And you know, if Dominic is involved in any way, shape, or form inside of a match, you know what it is. You know it's going to be all sorts of tomfoolery, as the old folks used to say. But no, this was very good. At one point, I thought Rusev was going to win it. At one point, I thought Penta was going to win it. You know, it wasn't like going into the gate, because I was one of the people like, you know, Dom don't need to be 2 belts. And maybe, you know, Nessa just heard me say that, and I feel like Nessa gonna jump me in person. Yeah, I say it. I said it. Dom don't need 2 belts. Honestly, I'm more happy with him carrying around the AAA Mega Championship, to be honest. But I really thought for a second Rusev was going to win this, or Penta was going to win this. But no, Dominic Mysterio channeling his dad's energy. You know what I'm saying? His real daddy, Dominic Guerrero, aka Eddie Jr. He channeled his inner Eddie and pulled this off. As usual, none the wiser. Dominic gets out of there. Very good triple threat match. I enjoyed it. He tried to do the spot where he tried to, you know, get the ref to see that Rusev had a chair, and the ref was like, hey, it's a triple threat match, bro. Like, what we doing there? But the match itself, I enjoyed it. Now, the one we need to talk about, the one we really need to talk about, the one that everyone's really mad about, I should say. And I'm one of those ones that was mad about it. Yes, I know it's wrestling. But at the same time, story-wise, let's move on to something else. Let's move on to something a little bit more interesting. Not to say that this person's not interesting, but I think at this point in time, like I said earlier, I don't need you for the whole entire year holding the title. Okay? We did that. We did that last year, and we seen how that worked out. And it was more so due to people really clamoring for this person to lose. Like, I wonder how he's going to lose it versus I wonder how long he's going to keep it. Because remember, we just came from 5 years of Roman. And don't get me wrong, I love Roman, but 5 years? That's a bid. Like, not to say that, you know, we were in prison or anything, but you got to think about that. That's 5 years, man. 5 years is 5 years, and I'm sorry. That's for any amount of time for anybody to be champion. That is That's a long period of time. Okay, Faith says, fun fact, Rusev was originally planned to win at Saturday night's main event. Really? So why not do it? You just had a banger of a match with him and Sheamus not too long ago, which pretty much re-put him inside a position of fans rallying behind him. We start getting Rusev Day chants and, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, I feel like, you know, you're pretty much wasting Rusev's potential. And, you know, it's kind of what happened also with AEW, but that's a different story. Okay? So, the match I was referring to, hold on, wait. We got some more. Said Tiffany went into the match with Jade with the undisclosed injury. Oh, so she was hurt. Faye says they didn't do it because of 4 words, 4 letters, 1 word. Cena. I don't know, bro. I mean, does Dominic Mysterio earn the right to be Cena's opponent at some point? Maybe in San Diego, War Games, or maybe he's the last opponent. Who knows? But it's one of those. So, the match I was referring to, I'm sorry if I'm prolonging it, and I'm building up to it. Anticipation. This is what I'm talking about. This actually opened up the show, by the way. I know I did these out of order. Cody, Drew. Okay. What are we doing with Drew McIntyre? What are we doing with McIntyre? I understand McIntyre getting ready to go film Homelander, but goddamn it, once again, you don't need no long title run. I would have been cool with a Big Show title run. Him winning it at Saturday Night's Main Event and turn around on SmackDown, Cody get it back, whatever. Just to give me some shock and surprise about the product. That is what I'm clamoring for versus just, you know, business as usual. And that's basically what we're getting right now with the title. But match itself was physical, and even at one point I was like, oh, Drew getting ready to pull this off, but we started to see shades of heel Cody coming out, him using the title to win. You know, kind of like the same thing heel Cena was doing. I was watching The Room yesterday with the Knowledge of Dynasty, and they said that apparently the rumor is their next match is going to be a 3 stages of hell match. Now, if this is the case, if Drew don't win this 3 stages of hell match, why are we even here? Because this will be their 3rd match, if I'm not mistaken, right? 3 stages of hell makes sense. But why are we here? I don't need them to have 3 matches and on all 3 occasions Cody wins. I don't need that. This next match, if it is 3 stages of hell match, I pray to God it's get a title off Cody. It ain't nothing. It ain't really Cody. It's just booking and us not getting the matches that we wanted. Like we've been waiting on Randy Orton versus Cody, which honestly I think that should be the person to take the title off him, and then we can get back to Drew and Cody fighting over who's going to be next in line, and then we can get to Drew versus Orton for the title. Now we can cook, you know what I'm saying? And then eventually we get back to Orton versus Cody. That's how I would book it. Because we know Orton going to be on his way out too. We know AJ Styles retiring in 2026. We know Cena gonna be gone before the end of this year. We know the Dudley Boys is gone. It's a lot of people that's gone. Me personally, though, I'd rather that match be a first blood match. I think I said that in the comments last week. I mean, not last week, yesterday. All right. Let me see. If they do this 3 stages of hell match, then they will have Drew lose to write them off for a highlight movie. Cody and Drew pitched for Drew to take the title off that WrestlePalooza, and they were told no. Once again, dumb, because that gives you the opportunity at that point to give us more story dealing with this title, because at this point you just got the title out there and it's just there just to say that we have the champion, but nothing from me has come of it. We just know that this person's the champion. Nothing has progressed in the storyline or not. He's already finished the story. He's done the old champion holding the title and fighting over the championship. Now we need to get to the new story. That new story needs to be another humbling experience for Cody Rhodes. But yeah, the match itself, it was good. But personally, Cody should have dropped that title this past Saturday. But it ain't all bad, because then we got to the main event and we got CM Punk versus Jey Uso, World Heavyweight Championship. And every podcast that I rock with, including, this one, thought the same thing. We was gonna have shenanigans. We was gonna have, interferences. Maybe, we get the Bronze to come down there. They messed it up or something of that nature. We didn't think it was just gonna be clean. Clean win. I did, but we ended up with the clean win. CM Punk. And the match was kind of shaky. Don't get me wrong. I think everyone can clearly see that. But CM Punk is now WWE World Heavyweight Champion in 2025. And it lasted longer than 3 minutes. I'm not going to hold you. When he held the title over his head, the camera panned up at his face, I was waiting for somebody to use the head. I was waiting for anybody to come out. Obafemi could have came out. I would have been cool with that. Almost could have came out. Anybody could have came out that moment and beat CM Punk, and I think it would have just, not beat him for the title, but at least beat the ass, right? And I think that would have been pretty cool for the end to it. Like, damn, every time I win the championships, I be already, getting ready to whip my ass. Like, remember when CM Punk won the World Heavyweight Championship the first time? I think it was Bradshaw ended up taking it off him. Or was it Jericho? Somebody knows it in the comments. But yeah, that was actually a pretty good moment. Jay looked strong inside the match. They both looked good. Both doing each other's finishers. CM Punk had a weak ass spear. I don't know what was going on with that. Like, that spear was just weak as shit. But what really had me rolling was nothing that actually happened on the television screen. It was the IG post. So this is all CM Punk, texting this wife AJ. Hey babe, can you sit on my chair? I mean, obviously, he wasn't talking about his chair, talking about his face. There's nothing wrong with that. When you get your face set on, it's your business. Back to the comments. Let's see. I think they're going to have Cena retire as a Grand Slam champion. That's a smart idea, actually. I think that'd be actually pretty cool. If they do this, 3 stages, oh yeah, we'll talk about that one. Next one, we got to see a 1,000-year-old man, a fine-ass Samoan, go to battle. The right person won, but it was not match of the night. But it did what it's supposed to. I agree with you. It was not match of the night. The Cody and Drew match was better. The outcome, of course, no one liked it, but not match of the night whatsoever. If I had to rate this whole entire Saturday night's main event, it's a solid B minus. I ain't even gonna say like B plus. I'll give it B minus. And it's only getting the B minus because of the saving grace of Jade Cargill. Because one for Jade being on this card, we were looking at a C. We've been talking Wrestlepalooza, definitely a C. But that outcome for Cody and Drew,
Hated it.
absolutely hated it. All right, moving on from there, we get the follow-up from what happened on Saturday's main event. Monday, CM Punk comes out. He cuts a very long promo. Logan Paul comes out. Logan Paul's in the ring. Logan Paul's in there. Punk is like anyone but you. Punk named off some people that he would fight, but he did say he was going to be a fighting champion, but he was naming off the Dominic Mysterios and the JD McDonoughs. You know, he named off Cena and AJ Styles, Finn Balor. He named off some people who are they wouldn't mind locking up for the championship. And Logan Paul comes out of all people. Logan. And of course, at this moment, he's out there. The Bronze show up to Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's talking to him, telling him, hey, wrap it up. Get out the mic, get off the mic, get out the ring. You ain't trying to get your ass whooped. Well, it took too long and pushed him down, and they got ready to beat CM Punk's ass, and who came out to save him. So we end up getting a matchup later on. It's Jey Uso, CM Punk versus the Bronze. Match ends in a double DQ, and they're jumping CM Punk. Logan Paul comes out. You think Logan Paul's going to turn face and they're going to turn Jay Hill. Didn't happen. Logan Paul hits CM Punk with brass knucks. Bow, bow. He goes down. And now we have Logan Paul with the vision. So is Logan Paul their new Seth Rollins, or is this something totally different? I don't know. Do I necessarily like this pairing of Logan Paul? I don't. I don't necessarily like it because I don't think he fits the vision, right? But if you're talking what the vision can be, and let's just say it's the vision of young, hungry people on the roster, I can see why they did it. But outside of that, I don't like the pairing of Logan Paul with the vision. There are so many different heels you could have went to on that roster, but I get why they did it because it's Logan Paul. He has his own following. He gets over 2 million people to tune in to his, his projects. So I get why they did it. But there's a lot of people in the roster you could have used in that spot. Not even to say be leader. Obviously, we know at this point we're close to the War Games, so it looks like the Prawns are going to be teaming up with Logan Paul. You know that. Shout out to CM Punk for trolling earlier, though, when he was swinging the title around like he was Seth Rollins. But, hey, we seen what happened at the end of Raw, and
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
don't get me wrong, just because they kicked him out of the division don't mean that he ain't got receipts. But back to Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw itself was a pretty decent show. Raw has actually been good the last few weeks, I want to say. It's probably more than that. If I want to really get into it, pretty much more than that. But we had Penta versus El Grande Americano. That was okay. Not saying that the match was bad, but I'm just a little bit overkill with the El Grande Americano. I mean, he everywhere. He Triple A. He's on NXT. He's on Monday Night Raw. He's been on SmackDown. Like, this man is everywhere. So let's kind of slow it down. I want y'all to, pull it in my face with me because he is over. But I'm glad that Penta won the match. Penta went over. Fantastic match with El Grande Americano, which, once again, Chad Gable was never getting this back. It's not a snowball chance in hell that he's not going to get that title. I mean, not the title. He's not getting character. That's over. At this point, when he does come back, his feud needs to be with El Grande Americano as Chad Gable. That's what we need. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna make up some type of BS saying that, oh, this was supposed to be the way it goes, supposed to be the whole time. All right, let me see. AEW is full of shit. Goddamn, where do you? The AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Partnership has not been presented too well at all. That part I agree and disagree with you on, and I'll tell you why. I agree to the fact that New Japan is getting a larger market of Americanizing the product, right? But the presentation of how they brought the people in with not really a lot of build up until like the day that they're on the show. Like, especially when they were doing like the early days of Forbidden Door, it was just like, insert whoever this star is from Japan, and he's going to be having a match with whoever is the AEW. Versus kind of now they're taking their time introducing some of these people before they no vignette, no nothing. So I agree and disagree with you on that one, Chris, but it is what it is. Let me see. Not too happy with the AEW's presentation in Japan at all. It hasn't been presented well at all. Okay, I get you. Chris says that New Japan should dump AEW and start a partnership with WWE. Listen, I'm here for it, but only if we get Shinsuke Nakamura versus Tanahashi. We get that, I'm cool with that. Nakamura versus Naito, like, we get that, I'm all for some type of partnership. But if you did catch on Tuesday night, I got a chance to be with the homies, the family, the brothers over there at BG Dub. And for the watch list, we did AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura, New Japan Pro Wrestling Kingdom. And one of the main things we were saying, man, this would be cool. They could broker a deal out, they can do it. And then the other thing I was saying is we need that Shinsuke Nakamura on his last run here. Not his contract, but his contract is running out, and he did say he's probably wrapping it up as well. But I agree, something needs to happen. I just need this retirement match to happen before, But back to Monday Night Raw, real quick. Moving on from Raw, we had a classic moment with Dominic Mysterio and a returning Rey Mysterio. So Dominic Guerrero, let me correct myself, Dominic Guerrero, aka Eddie Jr., was in the ring calling himself the greatest luchador of all time, king of the luchadors. Pops out Rey. Ready to take too kind to that. hearing him talk all that mess, calling himself the greatest luchador of all time. So he started naming off Blue Panther, and he started naming off everyone that he could. He named himself. He got to Eddie Guerrero. And Dominic did the most gangster shit I've ever seen. Keep my daddy name out your mouth. That to me was classic work. Because, you know, everyone's been saying he looked like Eddie, but we know he raised son. His charisma is Eddie, but we know he raised son. Dominic just confirmed it. Eddie is his poppy. I don't care what y'all say, but maybe he's a mutant. Okay, maybe he's a half and half. He has DNA from both of them. Nick Mysterio. That's something I got done. But he said, "Keep my daddy name out your mouth," and I lost it. I completely lost it. They get into it. Ray gets him about the rain. He goes back, goes to the clubhouse. He mad about it, whatever. Whoop-de-doo, motherfucker, right? So then we move on from there. And we know that we had a tag team match. AJ Lee, aka AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, going up against the former tag team champions. Of course, AJ Lee retains, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. And then we end up later finding out that Raquel Gonzalez Rodriguez, to get my back, is going to be going up against Stephanie Vaquero for the Women's Championship. So we know that's happening. They also had a tag team match later that night with them. And I'm more so buying more into Roxanne and Raquel as a tag team. I really am. And I think that how they've been presenting them, it's gonna work. I don't know what Liv will do when she get back. She may have to slap up Raquel because I like this parents better. We had another tag team match. We had Bayley and Lyra versus Asuka and Kairi Sane. That match was a banger. I enjoyed it. The Warriors a lot of the top. Raw was a definite good way to build up towards that Survivor Series, because if you've been paying attention, you already see the seeds plan for that. Real quick, back to comments. Damn, y'all in there tonight, ain't you? Let me see. Back in a second. Which man is making music? All right, we'll have to stop. WWE could give New Japan Wrestling the financial freedom. Absolutely. Female women's volleyball player Claudia Hernandez of Spain is a better athlete than Mercedes Moné. Whoa! Don't do Mercedes Moné like that, okay? We're not going to do that. This woman travels to different countries and get trained by. We ain't gonna do that, also. We're not about to do that for Mercedes. So, back to the comments. Mike Rotunda get well soon. IRS, yes. Yeah, so we talked about this early in the show. And I'm going to actually switch gears. I'm going to go AEW and then hop back to NXT. Usually I do NXT and then I go AEW to close out the show. But let's see real quick. Mike's daughter has corrected the info about him about being in hospice. He's not in hospice. He's in a rehab center. That is correct. Dom is doing amazing work. He has brought Eddie back to life. Love it. Listen, Remember in Lion King when Rafiki grabbed Simba and he's like, I know your father is. Follow Rafiki. He knows the way. And he brings him to the lake. That's just my reflection. Look harder. Eddie lives in Ray the same way that Mufasa lives in Simba. You see, he lives in you. Like that's the way I feel about Dominic Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero. Let me see. So Tony Khan, we talked about it earlier, and we'll hop back on it. Tony Khan introduced. Well, he makes the announcement. He says that we're going to be bringing back the national championship to TBS and TNT. And you know that they're all about history in AEW. It has to be first ever, whatever. And it's going to be first ever because it's a new company, essentially. So everything they do is going to be new. But we end up getting this announcement, and once again, people weren't too happy about that, especially NWA, especially Mike Mundo, former Spirit Squad. But nobody was happy about it because it made zero sense. It made zero sense, right? Just a few months ago, we had a match where you combined the International Championship and the Continental Championship, and you made them one. You made them one, right? Originally, the International Championship was supposed to be defended internationally. If I read this right and heard this right, the National Championship is supposed to be defended international. So basically what I'm trying to get to at this point, number one, what was the purpose of retiring the Continental Championship? Or not even retiring and making it the Unified Championship, right? Let's just go ahead and call it what it is. What was the purpose of doing that when you already had that title there? It was already there. Literally, the purpose of the International Championship was supposed to be an international championship where you went out and defended the title, I don't know, international. Like, some of this stuff don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. So we got a new title. It's gonna be coming soon. Y'all buckle up. I mean, this Tony, we're gonna see what Tony gonna do. The first time he did the championship, had the title all wrong, the continent's wrong on the title, so we'll see what happens. But let's go AEW Dynamite real quick. So Dynamite is building up, obviously, to get us to Blood and Guts, which is going to get us to Full Gear, which is brought to you by DC Comics, if they don't plug it enough every single show. But here we are. Last night was not that bad. It wasn't the greatest episode, right? But I kind of felt like last week's episode was so much better. And that was a Halloween episode. Like, you're not topping Hangman dressed as Tony Schiavone and literally mouthing every single word. You're not topping. You're not topping that. But Claudio came through. Claudio went over. He went over Orange Cassidy, gained the advantage for the Blood and Guts match. And that was a banger. Claudio right now is in his bag with his matches. He is in his bag. Real quick. Yeah, see, brother, that can't do that. And I'm gonna tell you why. I got friends and family that work for AEW. I would never want AEW to fail. Because having one company is monopolized, which means that there's nowhere for you to go. Just imagine if there was just one superstore, right? Like, imagine it was just one store to go to, like Walmart. No Targets, no Kmart's. Well, Kmart is dead, but nothing else outside of Walmart. You had to go to Walmart for everything. You would hate it because they control pricing, they control the market, they control advertising, they control everything. That's just like, I mean, that's like having no Burger Kings, no Riley/Checkers, like none of these burger joints, none of them. No In-N-Out, no Fat Burgers, like no Five Guys. Just imagine it's just McDonald's out there, and that's the only place you can get hamburgers and chicken nuggets. You lose your damn mind. But back to it real quick. So we had the women's tag team. We had Mercedes Moné, and we had the beautiful Athena. Okay, they were in action. Tag team. And the Barbs of Wrath went up against Mercedes Moné and Athena, and Willow and Harley actually beat the CEO and Athena. Athena, who ain't been beat, had the ROH championship off her waist for over 1,000 days. 13, soon to be 13 belts Moné, who hasn't lost outside of tag team things. They lost the match. I honestly thought they were going the route with Mercedes Moné grabbing her 13th belt by winning this women's tournament. That was not the case. So that was a shock for me. The Hurt Syndicate demanded a title shot. Well, they called their shot, I should say, at the national championship. The man came out, they had their little things. That was a nice little segment. MVP basically said, you know, hey, we talk about it with Derby, right? Darby Allin and Daniel Garcia had a match. And Darby Allin was out here biting. Make sure you get that hepatitis C shot over there. This was actually a pretty good one. Pretty fun match. I enjoyed this one. Very, very well paced. I'll never get tired of Derby. Not like I get tired of Orange Cassidy, but I definitely enjoyed it. It was nice, fast paced. And I think this match is going to be pretty good. We're going to see what we get out of this. Trio Championship live. The Ops will be taking that page. Eddie keeps getting up. Ops are winning. They retain. It's actually a pretty good match. I'm still waiting for some of those to win the AEW Championship again. That's what I'm personally waiting on. We'll see what happens. Yo, said Nick Wayne is overweight. Nick Wayne is overrated just like his father. What's happening? Jade Cargill won the women's championship. Not too brother. All right. Real quick, let's go ahead and get into this SmackDown. We about to wrap this thing up, though. Sorry, not SmackDown, NXT. We talked about SmackDown already. So if you watch next the other night, you know, a few things happened. We know that over the weekend, Ethan Page and Chelsea Green became the AAA Mixed Tag Team Champions. They had a celebration in the rain. We had that go on. I'm doing this out of order. Joe Hendry popped up. They were expecting him to pop up out the cake. He pops up, then Thea pops up literally as soon as Joe says her name. Gave her a whole theme song, I believe in. And she ends up smashing Ethan Page as well as Chelsea Green in the face. And then fire in the face with cream pies. What got me was the clip that's been surfacing online. The backstage, Chelsea Green is absolutely cool. I have never been creamed on like that. I've never been creamed on like this before. I lost it. And I had that on full blast at work. You know how you scrolling and you got your volume up a little bit and you're scrolling. That's how I discovered that. I was at work. And that's the first thing the person in the cubicle next to me heard is I've never been creamed on like this before. But no, that to me was actually pretty good. Not the creaming part. Let me just clarify that part. But that segment was good. The Women's Speed Championship match tournament, that was good as well. One step closer for our girl Zaria. I'm really hoping they do something big with her because at this point, come on, son, gotta happen. Siobhan Evans survived Dark State. Had them really being their own selves. They running into stuff. Remind me of like anytime Steve Urkel would get into it with the bullies and they end up knocking themselves out. No, but this match was real dope, real bouncy, and it's not the first time these two met up. This was actually, I want to say, their second match since 2023. Saquon Sugars, they met in DPW, if I'm not mistaken. But this match was actually pretty good. Like, style for style, word for word, bar for bar. This is a really good one. He really complimented his style very well. I was very impressed with that. Fatal Influence versus Cooling and Lola Vice. Anything with Lola Vice, then you got my attention. Because she's Latina and she can fight. But Fatal Influence is winning that match. Josh Briggs went up against El Grande Americano. El Grande Americano retains the championship. Like I said, Zaria went over Warren Sinclair. Kelani Jordan, aka Maya, cut a promo. It's basically she was on some finesse 2 times. Like, it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. And I get it. Like, Don could sit here and cheat and win. Y'all cheering. But as soon as I do it, it's a problem. I feel you on that, Kelani. I'm knocking everybody out for chat every week. But AEW itself, from this past Wednesday, was not a bad show. I just think last week was better. Same thing with TNA this week. It wasn't a bad show. We do know we got a build up. We know that Gold Rush is coming up from Madison Square Garden. We also know that we have Blood and Guts coming up literally next week. We also have coming up Full Gear. We got Survivor Series coming up. It's going to be a busy month for us, period. So overall, so far, I'm full. I'm full on wrestling. I still got to make room for TNA. I got to make room for SmackDown and start all this over. But between last weekend and now, wrestling's been pretty good. So we'll see what happens for the rest of it. But I think I am going to wrap it up because I think I have been on. I think I touched on everything. Definitely want to thank y'all for coming through, vibing with me this Thursday. Make sure you tell a friend that you told a friend that you was here inside the billion. No. Gotta think. What is a moment that makes me say,
Oh my.
I want to say so far this week, the moment that made me say, oh my, was literally all the hate that Rhea Charlotte was getting that he got released. I mean, not released, but his contract officially terminated. Like, okay, I get it. Like, yes, he took out Big E. Terrible accident. Keyword accident. I don't think he done Big E in his head purposely. And Big E even said that this man was in the hospital damn near every week at the beginning of the stage of his recovery. The man wasn't going home until Big E was like, bro. I don't think we need to celebrate everyone's downfall, especially, not really knowing the backstory behind it, because, I mean, you don't know how that affected him mentally going forward. That's like D'Lo Brown when what happened with Draws, like complete accident, right? And I remember when that happened, people were hating on D'Lo. But eventually, people understood that, okay, this wasn't something that happened with us done purposely. But then again, you got Draws, who was this caliber star. You had Big E, who was this caliber star. So, Big E, former WWE champion, you could have got more out of him. I got it. But don't celebrate one's downfall, y'all. I mean, there are certain people, I'll allow it. Y'all know who those people are. But, I mean, to each his own. Okay? On that note, y'all, listen, too much negativity can have you unbalanced mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. Spread more positive vibes. It takes very little to build someone up than it does to tear them down. Think about the logical side of that message can be as easy as doing a good gesture, or, I don't know, maybe just being a good human being. But with that being said, y'all, love on your peoples, love on your loved ones, and do what makes you happy just as long as it is not happy ending up in jail. How about that part? And with that being said, love life. And we'll catch y'all next week. Make sure y'all check out those interviews. And we out. Deuces. Or is it deuces? Or is it 6-7? It's one of those. No, y'all be about it.